So here we are in the gnarly, chaotic mess called the elms in the bottom pasture. This is some stuff that's been topped out already. This is the carnage on the ground that it leaves, and you can kind of see the row that's formed right there. This stuff is just growing wild, out of control. You can see how it's all gnarly, tangled. It would be easy just to fell it all, but it's just the cleanup. Like if we felled it into the pasture, you know, there'd be a lot of damage. It would need like massive machinery to move it all, clean it up, and it would just tear up the pasture, which has had alfalfa on it for a couple of years. So it's a lot easier to employ my technical skills to head on up these things and top them out. Definitely had to climb these ones because of the I don't know if you can see it right there. There's the power pole. Not very good. And there's the power lines. And these guys right here, everything was leaning right over there. There's a couple more that you can't see that are actually down on the ground now, but there was just no way they could be felled. They had to be pieced out. So I cleaned all this yesterday. I had to take this part down. This was, as you can see, just a crazy gnarly mess that was all going up here, tangled up. And if you can see where my climbing line is right there, but I couldn't do that yesterday because this was just so dense and tangled and just a great big mess. But we did that yesterday. this thing. It's headed out, as you can see, it's almost horizontal. It's headed out straight over the pasture. I don't want to make even more work for myself and the guy that rents everything from us, because he's going to bring in some machinery to clear some of this up. But the idea is that I'm going to try and keep it as much out of the pasture as I can. So today, climbing up there, going to take that guy, rig it so it swings in, and then I'll probably finish this one, hopefully today, if we've enough daylight. But let's see how it goes. So hopefully that will keep it somewhat horizontal. I'm feeling there might be a little more weight in the tip, but we'll see. Up to the block, and then let's now go set up our lowering system, because remember, this is solo rigging. I'm on my own, and I don't know if you saw that earlier, but the llamas are trying to get it on. It's pretty weird. Alright, so here's the setup. Tie it off to try and balance it a little bit. Remember, the idea is that when I cut this limb, it's going to swing back so that it's in line with the block, and then I can lower it down onto all the other mess, and it's going to save me a lot of work having to clean it out of the pasture. Right there is I suppose you could call it my friction device, using a figure 8 with a rigging biner, and that comes back to here, and I've got it wrapped there just to hold it so that I can do my cutting first, and then once I put the saw away I can lower the limb. And just to keep me stable, I got my nice long lanyard. That's a mouthful. Long lanyard. Holding me on this side, so I got my 2 points of tie-in. That helps give me some balance. So let's see how this experiment in solo rigging works out. So it looks like I was right about not getting the balance. It's totally tip heavy as opposed to butt heavy. But I'll know that for the next couple of pieces. Let's try and lower this. And down she goes. But that works quite well. I wouldn't want to use a figure 8 for anything heavy, but I have the porter wrap down in my gear bag down there. Once I start doing bigger pieces of stuff. But yeah, that's not too bad. These guys are next. And let's go get a smoke break. Okay, so here we go. Last piece for today, because it's getting dark. Yes, not bad, not bad, not bad. I think it's a little dark. Time to go home. On our way, I am home.